China's coronavirus statistics seem to me to be entirely accurate and appropriate. Now, the problem is not what China has reported. The China is how we have used the numbers. So China has told us in its coronavirus statistics that exactly how it is counting cases. Originally, it was counting cases of people who were diagnosed with coronavirus, and those numbers were ramping up. And then it switched techniques and said, nope, they're only going to report people who are confirmed with coronavirus. That is, they've had a laboratory test confirming them, which is what the whole rest of the world is doing now. Effectively, as the epidemic spread, as it became more serious, they switched over from an ad hoc, they didn't have tests, so they just had to guess, have doctors use their expert opinion to diagnose, and they switched over from that to using diagnostic tests. When they did, the numbers went down because diagnostic tests are inaccurate. They only catch maybe 1/3 of the cases. The early diagnostic tests were being used. So the numbers coming out of China on coronavirus cases were confirmed cases of coronavirus. Now, most of us suspect that even though China reported something like 80,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus, they may have had 1 or 2 million total cases. And that's very possible. And nothing in the statistics about that is lying. China's not even misrepresenting that. They're simply sticking to, well, these are the cases we've confirmed. The same with the deaths in China. I think everybody who studies this is absolutely certain that more than 3,000 people died of coronavirus in China. I mean, there were stories of morgues being filled in Wuhan and pictures of trucks taking crates of coffins to the incinerators. We know that a lot more than 3,000 people died of coronavirus. But if they died at home and were never tested for coronavirus, they don't enter the statistics as coronavirus deaths. If they died in a village before they could get to a hospital, they're not counted as coronavirus deaths. If they died in a hospital of pneumonia, but they never tested positive for coronavirus, they're not counted as coronavirus deaths. So the problem with the Chinese statistics is not that they're lying, it's that news organizations and the WHO, well, no, let me leave the WHO out of it. News organizations have routinely misreported and misinterpreted the Chinese statistics. Now, when it comes to economic data, okay, China massages its economic data, and that's a whole different issue, and we can talk about that if you're interested in it. But when it comes to the health data, frankly, I think China has been forthright about its best knowledge of its case counts and its deaths. Its best knowledge is not perfect, but it's the best knowledge they had.